I've been doing Pokemon Nuzlocke for about 7.5 years, and I've never won a singular Soul Link, or otherwise known as a 2-player Nuzlocke. That's what the kids are calling it nowadays. Now this hurts my pride a lot, because I feel like I have good knowledge of Pokemon and consider myself pretty good at it. I may not be the best, but I sit somewhere between hardcore Nuzlocke veteran and Pokemon World Champion. But my partners and I always seem to fall short and lose at the Elite Four. And it just feels like I haven't found my true Soul Link partner yet.
Hey babe, what are we doing for dinner?
Could it be the Soul Link partner I've been searching for? The person I never ever fight with, not even once? Someone who's never done a randomizer Nuzlocke in her life? My own fiance? Hey baby, you trying to do a Nuzlocke with me?
I never thought you'd ask.
So we are off to start our first ever Nuzlocke adventure together. And for those who don't know the rules, here they are on screen. They're just kind of a lot to go over, and honestly, you'll learn as the adventure progresses. We started off by picking up our starter Pokemon. Jordan got an Infernape and I got a Togekiss. Now this was honestly such a great pair. Togekiss starts off with a great moveset, and Infernape is a great offensive Pokemon for the beginning of the game. Once he gets Flame Wheel, there's literally no way he dies. We then continued to get our first encounters, and we were instantly stuck between a rock and a hard place. Regirock as a first encounter is horrible. This is because it's a legendary Pokemon and I only have 5 balls, battling with a Togekiss who's weak to him. So we unfortunately had to forfeit our first encounter. I mean, it's all good though. In Heart Gold and Soul Silver, you get plenty of encounters, is what I would say, but Jordan killed our next encounter and then I couldn't catch a Furret. Like, I get it's at full health, but it's a Furret. Like, come on. So we had to solo the whole first round of trainers and steal all their allowance, since I'm now poor for spending all my money on balls just to waste them all on that dang Furret. It's okay though, because one of Jordan's shop items was randomized to a Master Ball, and then she got a freaking Arceus as her next encounter. Like, what is happening right now? That is perfect. That's my encounter. Really? Not only is it a bad Pokemon, but we can't even add it to the team since Arceus and Togekiss are both normal types. Then on top of it, I couldn't even catch the stupid thing. This is embarrassing. I was looking like a total noob not being able to catch any of these Pokemon. And my fiance, who's never even done this before, is having the best luck of her life and absolutely crushing it. I had to step up my game. We arrived in Violet City with our one pair, and I was searching for every single item I could find just to sell them for money. Because I don't know if you can tell, but I have no balls. That was terrible phrasing. But I was able to sell enough items to get 8 balls, which should be enough for one encounter in the Bellsprout Tower. Can I get something good?
It's got lipstick.
Please.
Okay.
All right, so we're solo running the Bellsprout Tower. Very cool. This is a great time. Well, we would have, but we remembered there are 3 free eggs we could get in the Pokemon Center by typing in some codes. This was a huge lifesaver. We were able to add a Poliwrath Hunter pair and a Larvitar Magnemite pair. And with that team of 3, we both felt way safer continuing through the game to take on the first gym. Faulkner is usually a pretty easy gym leader because all he has is flying types usually. But this is a randomizer. He can have anything now. It does everything I need, yeah. Dragon Rage Garchomp? Really? That's it, we lose. There's absolutely no hope unless... Oh, you're stupid. Bubble Beam. Bubble Beam again, hopefully you land it.
Please hit.
Yes! Wow, that was unnecessarily stressful. But with that, we got our first gym badge and it was time to get more encounters. We got both of our next encounters, but since they had primary typings we already had on the team, we had to put them in the PC box as backups. But luckily and unluckily, our Union Cave encounters were Pokemon we could add to the team. But I wouldn't call Ladian and Mime Jr. pair good. They're kind of just Sackmons. But regardless, we added them to the team and made it to Azella Town right after Jordan forgot to learn Flame Wheel. Yeah, this was pretty tough because Infernape doesn't learn another good fire type move until level 57. Who gave him this moveset? This moveset's garbage. Well, we quickly got another encounter and headed to the Slowpoke Well to put a stop to Team Rocket. The admin had a freaking bite, and just like Garchomp, he also gets Dragon Rage. Like, what are the odds we run into another one? But Jordan was an absolute champion and weakened it with her Larvitar, who just barely lived Dragon Rage and did a quick switch to Infernape to Mach Punch and finish it off. So far, it looked like Jordan was teaching me how to play, but we were able to put a stop to Team Rocket and headed to fight the second gym. There really isn't much to say about this gym because we made Bugsy look like an actual bug, and we stomped him into the ground to obtain our second badge. And look at that, our Mime Jr. evolved into Mr. Mime. I mean, I guess that's better, but it's paired with the lady on my side, so this really doesn't help me at all. We made our way through the next couple routes, caught some great encounters that we couldn't add to the team, and made it to Goldenrod. And I gotta say, this Nuzlocke is going surprisingly well. Like, there's been no hiccups on either of our sides. We have a team of 4, and what's even more important is we're playing as a team, beating each part of the game together. I gotta make sure to keep my cool because I don't want to let Jordan down. It was time to take on Whitney. Since I was relying on Togekiss, so much for the majority of the battles, I decided to give Magnemite a chance to battle and gain some experience. He was able to take out Whitney's first Pokemon with ease. She sent out a Caesar, and I thought Magnemite could handle the matchup, so I stayed in. Now, the big thing in the industry is hardcore Nuzlocks. I'm sure you heard of them. And the big thing in those is you can't heal in battle. And that's mainly the rule set I play by. But since this is Jordan's first time, we decided to do a regular Nuzlocke where we are allowed to heal in battle. Yeah, I kind of forgot in that moment we could. So I decided to switch my Magnemite out even knowing Caesar had Pursue. It was only doing 5 damage, so on a switch it should only do about 10, and I have 18 HP. I should easily live this.
Pursue's gonna do some damage, but it shouldn't kill me. Yep. Or it's gonna kill, timestamp. All right, so you can't use your Larvitar now. And
Tobin, look at this.
I know. Sorry, I didn't.
What do I do?
Well, okay, one, it was paralyzed. Two, I did not think it was gonna kill. It was doing like 1 damage each time.
I literally don't know how that killed. That did more than 3 times the damage. I mean, I can blame the game only so much. I should have just healed and I would have been fine. I'm such a failure. But I pulled myself together and defeated Whitney. But it wasn't over yet because Jordan was still battling Whitney's Dragon Raging Dragonite. What is happening? Why do we keep running into Dragon Rage? Jordan and I took our time and figured out a plan for her to win. Jordan went for a risky but necessary hypnosis and landed it. She swapped to her newly evolved Mr. Mime and was able to take it down with confusion. And with that, we had our 3 gym badges. I felt so bad losing our first Pokemon. Like, Jordan was absolutely crushing her first Nuzlocke while also being limited to a team of 4. And I'm over here sucking big old donkey. I needed to pull myself together and start playing like I know I could. I couldn't let her down. We continued through the next few routes and got some more encounters. And when I tell you our luck was horrible, I mean it was horrible. Every single encounter pair we got either had a water or normal Pokemon in it. And I don't know if you can tell, but that's all types we already have on our team. We couldn't add literally anything we were catching and we were getting stressed. The more we make it through this game, the harder it's going to get. And having a Haunter with no moves and a Ladian? There's no way I can make it to the rest of the game with a team like this.
What's up?
Okay.
Giratina?
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually rough.
Yeah.
Luckily, Jordan's Poliwrath just had latex eye surgery because this dude has not missed a singular hypnosis and was able to put the Giratina to sleep multiple times. So all Jordan had to do was chip it down and heal spam. And with that, she made it out of the rival battle. Even Suicune was impressed by her. But after that, we caught another pair we couldn't add to the team and ran into a Groudon Pichu pair. This was it, a pair we could add to the team and a powerful one at that. All I have to do is weaken it as much as I can and chuck some balls at it. And eventually it's gonna stay in one of them, right?
Our last one.
Is it the...
Please, Groudon, I'm begging you, bud.
This is
This
depressing.
game sucks.
I'm sad.
No, of course. Why would it stay in the ball? All of our encounters have been given to us or they're eggs. Every route we continued through the game, I felt like I was letting Jordan down. And I needed to step up before I do something worse, like lose the Nuzlocke. But with that, it was time to enter the gym with our team of 3. Morty, originally a ghost-type gym leader, had... Oh my god, is that a Regigigas? Oh, thank god it's dead. Jesus. That could have been a huge problem. Thank god. Besides the Regigigas, Morty's team was a breeze. And Jordan and I sent him to the Shadow Realm to earn our 4th badge. Even though I've had wavering confidence the entire time, we were halfway through the gyms with only 1 death. As long as we could add a pair to our team soon, this potentially could be my first Soul Link win and Jordan's first ever Nuzlocke win. Like, how crazy is that? Her first Nuzlocke attempt and she wins? That would look great on her resume. Well, it was time to head to the next route and get some encounters. And oh boy, look at that. Another bug type we can't add to the team. Whoop-de-frickin-do. The good thing is it's way better than a Ladian who has terrible stats besides special defense for some reason. And it has a horrible moveset at this point in the game with no stat. Yeah, you bet we switched out that Ladian for the on Mega. At least he has decent attack. Following that up, we also were able to catch a Mamoswine Absol pair, which neither typings we had yet, so we could add it to the team. And not just that, but our next encounters were Arbok and Makuhita, which we could also add to the team as well. Things were looking up. Even though I screwed up with some encounters and had our only death, it felt like we finally had a solid team and could really end the Soul Link run in a win. Shortly after, we caught some more water and normal type encounters we couldn't add to the team. Screw these typings, I'm getting sick of them. We climbed the lighthouse to find a sick Ampharos we needed to help, and then we made it to the 5th gym challenge, Chuck. And my god, is this guy self-absorbed. He's training himself under a waterfall thing. Like, what actually is that? But this dude did not know how to train his Pokemon because they were mostly unevolved. Like, maybe stop training yourself and train your Pokemon instead? But with that, we got our 5th badge. We swiftly went and grabbed the secret potion for Ampharos and rubbed its tummy to make it all better. Jasmine was ready to battle us, but we said screw that and headed to the Lake of Rage to get some more encounters. I don't know if you guys can tell, but Heart Gold and Soul Silver is kind of messy with the leveling and the pacing. Like, Jasmine's ace is level 35, but Price, the 7th gym leader who you gotta battle after Jasmine, the Lake of Rage, and some Team Rocket stuff, only has his ace at level 34. Like, how does the next gym have lower level Pokemon than the previous gym? Did anyone proof play this game? Well, anyways, we arrived at the Lake of Rage, and before we were able to get our static Gyarados, we got the route encounter first. And holy crap, is that a Kyogre? Oh my god, Jordan also got a Latios! This was by far the best encounter pair we've ran into the entire time. And if you remember from the beginning of the game, Jordan picked up a Master Ball, so her encounter is free as long as I could catch the Kyogre. This was the moment. I couldn't let her down. As long as I don't up, this could make up for all my mistakes in the past. And after throwing a lot of balls, we got it. The only sucky part is we couldn't add it to the team right away because we already had a water type on the team. Are you freaking kidding me? You think we're gonna keep that water type fair? For the time being, we're keeping it because it was time for the Gyarados static encounter.
Fingers crossed. No.
Oh, dude, that's such a bad shiny.
Nah, this pair was ass. Like, who's gonna use a Lumise? After discussing Jordan's clear ground weakness, we decided not quite yet to add our legendary pair since she needed her Poliwrath for the potential ground types she may face. Damn, all that hype to catch a legendary Pokemon just to throw in the PC. We headed to the secret Team Rocket headquarters, beat up some grunts, and got our static encounter. Now let's play a game. What typing was our encounter? Flying, electric, dragon, or normal? You guessed it, another freaking normal type. Like seriously, we have caught almost every normal type in the game. Just give us an electric or grass type. I'm begging. We decided to take our aggression on the entire Team Rocket staff that was in the building, which made Haunter super happy, and he evolved into Gengar. It was time for another static encounter.
Ground type?
I don't think I have a ground type.
Wait, is this gonna be our
Does
last
this
pair?
work?
Wait.
Just don't kill it, babe.
Dang, that one stings. Even after pulling myself together and not having a death in a while and catching all my encounters lately, even a legendary, I still couldn't win back Jordan's trust. I had to catch this. And after putting it to sleep, throwing a few balls, I was able to catch the Raichu and we were able to put it on the team.
It's got Wonder Guard.
Yours does?
Yeah. That's a little broken.
So I don't think we lose. I don't. I want to be honest, guys. I don't see us losing.
If you don't know what Wonder Guard is, it basically just means the Pokemon can only be hit by super effective attacks. Yeah, this Hippowdon was not dying. Usually we ban this ability in Nuzlocke and only Shit Ninja can get it, but I may have messed up the randomizer initially. But we officially had a team of 6, and our confidence was at an all-time high. And we took that confidence into the next gym. We also decided to fight Price first instead of Jasmine because Price has lower levels than Jasmine for some reason. But even though Price is lower level Pokemon, he had a Lucario, and this thing instantly hit Swords Dance. And as you can tell, I was scared for my life. I could not afford to lose a second Pokemon. I made an insane read and switched out my Gengar for Togekiss on the Bone Rush, which would have bodied Gengar. And then this guy lived a freaking Air Slash on 1 HP. Oh god, I'm begging. I can't lose our starter Pokemon. And not only that, but Price started heal spamming. This couldn't be a worse situation because this guy was also going for me first. So I had to be very careful not to click a physical attack because with his stat bust, it could do some serious damage. But after hitting it enough with special attacks, I was able to take it down and beat Price. Jordan was able to get through the fight with literally no problem at all. I can't believe we're 6 badges in and Jordan hasn't lost a single Pokemon. She's looking better than most Pokemon YouTubers already, me included. It was time to finally take on Jasmine, who we have been desperately avoiding. And let's just say she did not live up to the hype. Jasmine's scariest Pokemon was a Lapras with Perish Song. And the way Jordan has been playing so far through the game, she knew exactly how to deal with it. And with that, we obtained our 7th badge. Our next mission was to rid the radio tower of Team Rocket. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, Team Rocket is okay in Gen 1, but having them in this game just feels repetitive and lazy riding. But regardless, we had to put a stop to them. We crushed every single grunt and also had a random battle against our rival. Like Silver, we're literally in the middle of fighting an evil organization. Do you really think it's a good time to battle? But we were able to defeat him swiftly and made our way up the radio tower. I was able to make it to the top with no problem, but Jordan was having problems with the Hitmonlee. After playing through this game perfectly so far in her first Nuzlocke attempt, Jordan finally lost her first Pokemon to a crit. But as her partner, I've been very impressed with how she's been playing. It also just makes me a proud fiance. It's kind of ironic though how both of our deaths so far has happened in Goldenrod. It has gold in the name. You think this would be a nice place, but things just die here. It's kind of like Las Vegas. Jordan was able to make it out of the battle, and we luckily could make an easy swap for the dead pair and add the Kyogre and the Latios. And with that new addition, the last Team Rocket member was a breeze and gave us no problem at all. I mean, I got the king in the sea. I mean, who's seriously gonna kill it? We continued to the icy cave and got our encounter. It was another normal type. This is getting aggravating! And then I had to help Jordan with some ice puzzles.
Yes, you gotta push that lady down though. What are you doing? You gotta help her. You almost just left her there. That was so rude.
Wait, I have to help her out?
Yeah, you gotta push her straight down.
How do I get to her?
Left. No. Go up. No. Go right. Up. Left. Down. Right. Push. You were literally gonna pass her up and just leave her on the ice. That's crazy.
How do I get the item?
And with that, we made it to the final city where we got one last encounter before taking on the gym. And for some reason, we started singing Christmas songs.
They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games.
Like Monopoly.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, this game might have been messing with our sanity. Also, that really good legendary pair we just added to the team, about that.
Nightly McDonald's at 12 o'clock. That hits once you hit a blunt, dude. Yeah, that's what they sound like. All right, well, I'm not battling him.
So unfortunately, we lost another pair and Jordan had her second death due to another crit. Now thinking about it, has the entire run just been beginner's luck and now it's starting to fade? Or is it simply that Jordan's confidence was getting the best of her? Nah, it's been bad luck. She's been doing great. Luckily, we were able to swap out the pair for our static Shucky pair.
Now, hold on a minute. Those can't be paired. They're both primary water types.
Now I know this looks bad, but what would normally happen for Soul Link encounters is the second person would re-encounter Pokemon until they got a Pokemon that's pairable with the first person's encounter. But since this was a static encounter pair, and we can't just simply re-encounter, we allowed this pair to have the same type on this one instance. Moving on, it was finally time to take on the final gym. And Claire, for some reason, decided to throw away her Dragon Master title to steal Whitney's normal type title. Besides her one Pikachu, the rest of her team was normal types, and I was struggling taking down a dang cow.
Oh, this is only mildly terrifying.
But I eventually was able to take it out to fight her last Pokemon, Tauros.
You forgot to change the, No!
That was from full, bro. That was from full.
No, Brian!
Timestamp.
Yeah, no, this thing was a freaking menace. None of my Pokemon could eat a hit very well from this thing, and it was tearing me a new one. But because of that death, Togekiss could come in for free and finish it off to give us our 8th and final badge. And at this point in the game, I was feeling much better with how I was playing. Like, sure, I have a couple deaths, but so did Jordan. So neither one of us was tearing the other down. We both were on equal standings, boosting each other as much as we could to finish off this Nuzlocke. Oh, that's right. Claire didn't actually give us the badge. And instead, she said we aren't ready for the Pokemon League. Like, I get we lost a Pokemon. And yeah, sure, we killed some encounters and weren't able to catch a few. But we have proven ourselves time and time again through this journey that we are a compatible team and we deserve... Oh, okay. Thank you. Now that we have our last badge and a new normal type pair, we went and grabbed our Master Ball from Elm and headed to Ecruteak. We met up with the Kimono girls and they also wanted to see if we are worthy enough to catch our legends. What is up with everyone testing our worthiness lately? Have they not watched our entire journey in character development? Well, we showed them who's worthy and we sped up through each battle and took them out faster than you can say GIF. Sorry, I got really hungry typing the script. I made my way to Lugia by aimlessly walking around the Whirl Islands, while Jordan jumped and teleported herself up the bell tower and made it to Ho-Oh. It was finally time not only to get our guaranteed legends, but also a team of 6 again.
Or a water type. Damn it.
Damn, Lapras is way better. That is such an ass ledge to get. Holy, I don't know if, like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if you even want to throw the Master Ball.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah, this is kind of...
This was such an underwhelming encounter. Jordan literally couldn't get a worse legendary encounter. Like, how does that even count as a legendary? Well, we took our team of 5 and headed towards the Elite Four. Along the way, we had to beat up some trainers, get some encounters, beat up some more trainers, and get through Victory Road. And then we came across our rival who wanted to battle one last time. I was able to slowly make my way through his 2 legendary Pokemon and Flygon to hand him one last L. But Silver had other plans on Jordan's side.
Slash.
I called it!
It crit!
I freaking knew they were gonna die!
I don't know if it was me jinxing it since I've been saying the whole time they're gonna die, or if it was just something bad in the air that day. But we lost our starter pair, which was a dagger. These Pokemon have been with us since the beginning, and I was relying heavily on Togekiss basically for every battle. Without Togekiss, I didn't know if my team had what it takes to make it through the Elite Four anymore. We were gonna have to restructure the team, and we could only do that if Jordan can make it through this battle, which thankfully she did after a lot of stalling. And with that, we made it to the Elite Four. We finally made it to the end of the game, a place I have made it to many times before with many different partners. A place where I have not been able to overcome in any Soul Link. But this time with Jordan was going to be different. It had to be. Jordan and I added 2 new pairs to the team, Meganium and Magmortar, as well as Glalie and Swellow. There was another team of 6 we could have went with, but this made most sense for both of our sides, and it gave us answers for almost any Pokemon we could face. And with that, we entered the Elite Four. Our first battle was against Will, and the scariest thing he had on my side was a Spiritomb, who I sent back to the graveyard with the rest of his team. Meanwhile, Jordan played it safe and relied on her Wonder Guard Hippowdon to take out most of Will's Pokemon, granting us a win and putting us 4 battles away from winning the Nuzlocke. Koga was next and led off with a Combee and a Feebas. Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking. Oh, better yet, the whole rest of his team was unevolved Pokemon Pokemon as well. I don't know how he got his job as an Elite Four member, but I'll take a free win. Bruno was next, and he definitely made up for Koga's lackluster team. He brought a Celebi, Honchkrow, and a Flygon. And normally this would be very scary, but all Jordan had to do was spam Ice-type moves with Lapras and Glalie, and that led her to a victory. While I faced a scary Pokemon, I was going against a Wynot. And this may not look scary, but if you know anything about Wynot, it gets Counter and Miracle, and these do double the damage that you did to it. But I had a brilliant plan. I faked out with Hariyama to flinch it, and then I switched him out only to switch him back in to do the same thing. But I didn't notice it right away, but Wynot wasn't getting flinched. So he had to have had the ability Inner Focus. I was getting extremely lucky it wasn't countering because Hariyama would have took some serious damage. But I was able to kill it with the rest of Bruno's team to win the battle. Karen was up next, and just like Koga, she brought a bunch of unevolved Pokemon. Like, what are you guys doing? Just evolve your Pokemon. So I swept her while Jordan just had to basically Earthquake her team since most of them were weak to ground. And with that, we had beaten the Elite Four members and only had Champion Lance left. Or I guess Bob. Luckily for us, Bob didn't have anything scary on either of our sides. Until the last Pokemon. Jordan had to battle against a Gallade, which she easily took care of by putting it to sleep and Earthquaking. It all came down to me, with a full team of 6 to defeat a Grumpig. This was my moment to prove that I can win a Soul Link after all the losses I have taken in the past. All I had to do was defeat a Grumpig. I instantly confused it with a Magmortar, but forgot I Choice Spec'd. So I had to swap out into Yanmega. On the switching, Grumpig snapped out of confusion and went for Psychic, doing massive amount of damage. But since I wanted to safe switch back into Magmortar, I sacked off Yanmega, and this gave me 3 deaths in the Nuzlocke, tied with Jordan. But it got me a clean switch in. Then I just went for 2 flamethrowers with Magmortar to finish off the Grumpig and give us the win. And with that, Jordan and I beat not only her first Nuzlocke ever, but also gave me my first Soul Link win. And since I wasn't able to win any Soul Links in the past, it made it that much sweeter that I did it with my best friend.